She did the rest of it.
If I cut my hair, I'm doing the same thing though. Like I'm done with fades. So when I cut my hair, we finna be 3 ball brothers because I'm finna be razored up. I'm not.
Now, I ain't say I'm gonna be bald forever. Like my hair,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. It
My
looks
hair is
natural,
back.
bro. You look like Nate Dogg.
Just want to put
Rest
that in there.
dog.
Welcome back to the Be Like Podcast. It's your boy K Sloan here with the homies.
Hey, John.
Yeah. Then we got the brain.
Your boy Nate G.
It's good with you. And then we got the wise, the wop, and the wisdom for real now. For real now.
Hey, you paying attention right now?
Zordon.
Oh nah.
It's
I was
good.
responding to a message.
Yeah.
Oh, that boy Zordon.
Oh man. So
That's good.
that's real good. So we back, man. We back in effect.
Hey,
What,
they introduce me. I missed the lifting up.
Oh my bad. If you know, you know. I be calling you the wise wop and the wisdom. So do you want me to introduce you as Mr. Lift and Go from now on, bro?
Oh no, I'm here.
Present.
We can see.
Present. We can definitely see you.
Got an extra glare in the screen and everything.
Hey, your plants in the background look to be growing too. Those look like they definitely are thriving and surviving back there. I remember like back when they was like real like small. Now they seem to be doing.
Well, she would love to hear that because she be killing plants.
Bro, them plants are doing well. They look like you like a whole little
You
tart.
say, when you say she be killing plants, do you mean she be killing plants or like killing the like?
For a while there, with no plants making. That's probably when we first started.
Bro, now they growing for real. Like I feel like because you always record right there, so like now I see them thriving. So that means that y'all's energy is good over there for real. They say that like when your plants start growing, you got good stuff going on in the house. So that's what they say. But man, so anybody got some news for the people? I tell you what I got. Go get the book on Amazon, $14.99. Man, put my whole heart into it, y'all. Go ahead and support, man. It's a book for the student athletes, making sure they're not blind.
You have a copy you can show?
I have a copy that I can. You know what? Give me 1 second.
You know, I'm from the show me state. You show me 7, I show you 8. Let's get it. Let me see it.
I ain't never heard of the Texas book.
Huh? Come again, say what? He said, I thought that was Missouri. The show me state is definitely. It's gonna take him like 10 minutes to get this book, so we're just gonna.
You don't know where it's at. You know he don't know where that book is.
Harry said you must have good vibes over here because you can tell the plants are growing.
The market said you kill plants.
I do have a green thumb. Yes.
The thumb of death.
Man, I took an L just now. I gave the last copy away. But
it took less time than what we thought, so that's good. You didn't take a big L.
Everything must go, dog. I gotta get them all off to the people, man. It's for the people.
Not good.
Everything must go. So,
and then with this inflation, tomorrow it might be $15.
Wait till the people that's selling Girl Scout cookies. Wait till they leave and just take their little setup.
I don't know if you can do that, but like I was saying,
what?
Y'all get the book today because tomorrow it might be $15.99. You never know. Inflation is real.
Straight up.
Man,
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
I wake up. I go to work. Gas $3.92. I come home. It's $3.99. Like, dang.
$3.99 tomorrow. That's why
over there we in the foes.
Man, broski, bro.
Hey, what y'all looking at down there?
Highest I've seen. Well, I seen $4.99. Yeah, I didn't get $4.99
for what?
By my house.
Regular
Unleaded. But look, Pete though. It's price gouging. It really is price gouging because up the street from there, $4.99 for regular. I had just saw $4.99 for diesel. Yeah, I was like, okay, like that's not crazy, I guess. But then I'm like, what do you mean $4.99 for regular? I had to check. I said I can get to the crib. I don't need it that bad. But it's like 385 over here by the house right now. It hurt me every time I go.
You know what's crazy? That I read where the Russia Ukraine situation only accounts for like 4% of the whole petrol population in the world, and we don't even use that.
Yeah, but
wow, our prices going up so high.
It's an excuse.
People don't know that. It's an excuse, and they got the chance to do it right now. If you can pass your pockets, why not? That's how they move. So,
and, you know, everybody get rich in war. Every time people go to war, like when we go to war, people get rich and people get real poor.
Yeah, it's got a book on that. You make the most money during war because you can beat the inflation and everything during war.
Right, because they tell us, like, you know what I'm saying, war is expensive, like you got to have money to go to war, which is true. But if it's expensive, then once they pay all that money out, the money's transferring hands, it's passing hands. Somebody is collecting while somebody's spending. You know what I'm saying? And
it's a business.
It's a business.
Shout out to Lockheed Martin.
Man, I have no idea who that is. Who's that?
They want to make all the jets and stuff up here.
Yeah, one of probably the biggest defense contractor in the world.
For real?
They get paid off everybody. They ain't got no hand in. They don't care who you kill. They don't care who you're going after.
They're a helicopter too.
Well, yeah.
As long as you're using our equipment to do it, they good.
That's the game, bro. Is get paid off everything. Get a little bit of everything. Get a little bit.
They selling stuff to both sides.
Yeah. But man, you know, talking about that, I mean, you know, we know there's a lot going on in the country, but then we had kind of discussed that we wanted to talk about a couple of topics that we put into the chat here. So I'm gonna look at these real quick. And man, I guess something that I added to this was you know, arrogance versus confidence, right? So like what to y'all, because I got a lot of people in my social circle that strong feelings about this. But DeMarcus, you good over there? You getting off?
That's a bad thing.
What do you guys feel like is the difference, man? Because I know that, you know, we always try to instill confidence within the youth. We always try to instill confidence within ourselves, positive affirmations. You know, some people go to their faith base to be able to build confidence, you know, to be able to get away from fear and go into like, you know, love and like just true faith. Because they say, I was reading somewhere like faith is like, no, fear is faith in reverse. So I feel like the absence of fear is being confident and being, you know, believing in yourself. But then how do we know when it gets too far as to going into arrogance, where it's like you are way too confident and it's almost like, how did you get to this point where you being this braggadocious? It's like you don't have any real evidence to back up, you know, your beliefs, and you just basically out here just walking around making claims, and you're moving like you're in demand when nobody wants you, really. Like nobody really looking for you or checking for you in that area. You know, you kind of just got that on you. Like, what do y'all think that looks like, and how is that? Like, how's that difference determined within your own lives? Like, not kind of riding in that arrogance versus that confidence, like living in that confidence.
Yeah.
I would say, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nate. You got it.
I would say arrogance is when you get to a point that you stop putting the work in, right? When you think, man, I done so much that I can't be touched. Let's use Floyd Mayweather, for example. Yeah. If Floyd just says, you know what, cool, I ain't finna run for this camp. I ain't really finna spar for this camp. I didn't drop the last 50 I fought, whatever. I'm just finna go out here and drop somebody. Cool. That becomes arrogance when you're no longer putting the work in. When you back it up with the work, confidence is confidence. If you know you putting in the grind and you have it to back up, then I think it's a fine line probably for some people when you start, like you said, with braggadociousness. But if you can back it up, who can really tell you can't talk your talk? You know, like just because you talk, that kind of fuels some people. Some people need that. Some people need to build up that kind of pressure on themselves. As long as you're putting in the work to back it up, I think you're good.
I feel that.
I was gonna say, sometimes you can see confidence. They don't even have to say too much. Like you can see a confident person. They don't even have to speak. I feel like arrogant people, like you say, are braggadocious. I've been around a lot of people who are just quiet, chilling, doing their job. Like next day, they putting in the work. They ain't saying much.
Nope.
You know? but they confident people. You just know they are. You're not worried about it. But I've been around some other people, like Nate said, that's not putting in any work, but they trying to make themselves feel better. It's almost like a self-esteem thing. Like they're not putting in the work, but they telling you they are. You know, a lot of people on social media these days, on TikTok, on Facebook, making these videos, acting like they're running routes and stuff. They might run 10 routes in one day and tape and film them all and like, yeah, we're putting in work. You know what I'm saying? But confident people ain't never got to put it on tape. They ain't never got to film themselves. They out there doing the work, just doing it quietly without nobody watching. So I think confident people, like I said, you kind of don't really hear them as much. So
I think it's a thin line to go with what you guys are saying. Confidence is going to, of course, produce positive results and have a positive impact on its environment. Whereas arrogance is going to have a negative impact on its environment. It's literally, it can't produce anything positive from arrogance.
So you feel like there's nothing good that could come from somebody being arrogant at all? Because in my opinion, I'm gonna tell you what I think. I believe that there are arrogant people that are successful, but I think that it doesn't last. I don't think it has a lasting effect. Like, because arrogance runs out.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the confidence though is where you don't have to be in front. I remember I had a coach that used to always be like, "We're not gonna be front runners, right?" I feel like arrogant people are front runners. Like you get a little bit of a lead, and now you dancing, you hollering, you letting everybody know, you throwing your shirt in the stands, you know, you trying to get everybody's attention in the game, right? But then when you got confidence, it's like, man, we down by, you know what I'm saying, 20 points. You know, it's third quarter, and we know we good. Like you don't see us bat an eye, you don't see us arguing with one another. We still tight knit because we know we normally do this. This is like we're going to win. Like I believe that this is going to work in our favor. But I do think I see like social media, like Jarrell was saying, social media definitely feeds that arrogant beast in regards to like, you know, views, likes, comments, interactions, like seeing people interested in what your life looks like. I think could have you erring on the side of arrogance because people, I think social media is all about like stimulation anyway. So it's like as long as it stimulates me, then I'm gonna give you credit for that. Like I'm gonna say, "Ooh, that got me going." Like that, you know, the visuals on that is dope. Hey, you dope. But it ain't really that you dope. It's that I just like what I was presented, and that was the best you gave me. So now you feeding off that energy, and then you running off. Now you running arrogant, and you could be doing well, but not as well as somebody that's confident, like you said, working behind the scenes, like putting that work in for real, for real. That's where confidence is built. Like
define you throwing me. Give me your definition of arrogant, because to me you still showing me that at the end of the day it's still gonna have a negative impact. Like,
all right. So my favorite example of arrogance to me was 2016. This is my guy, Kanye West. He was arrogant back then. I think now he's gotten to being more in his confidence, but he was arrogant. When I say arrogant, it was like I think some of his claims about himself was just so out of this world that it was like, dog, like you can't continue to uphold that. Like you're not the best rapper anymore. Don't try to tell me that you're the best rapper. I know you're not the best rapper. Like you're not the best at everything. He wasn't the best fashion designer at that time. And I think that some of that was arrogance, and he was like successful, but he wasn't the best. It was just like he's speaking out loud, and it's like, you know, words have power, but it's arrogance when you haven't shown it yet. Like we ain't seen it yet.
So
Can I
false
give
claim,
y'all
like,
the
false
definition of
claim.
arrogant?
Okay, go ahead.
Give me a definition of arrogant.
Exaggerating or disposed to exaggerate one's own worth or importance, often by an overbearing manner. An arrogant official, too, showing an offensive attitude of superiority proceeding from or characterized by arrogance, could be an arrogant reply. So, with that definition, I would just ask, does no one ever earn the right to be arrogant?
I like y'all said before, like when you're confident and you put in the work and you know what you're doing, if you stay there, that's great. But when you stop putting in the work you may know what you're doing, but everything that passed you, or you stop putting in the work, so you can't just jump in and show anybody or show everybody how it's going or how it's supposed to be because you're not putting in the work anymore. That's just like a great football player. Like, okay, prime example, Dion and Ocho Cinco, like they go around kind of playing like they can still get out there and do it. But if Dion lined up across from somebody, he could show you some things, but he can't still be the top cornerback in the league right now.
Fair. What about
let's
you said
with the definition, you exaggerating. You exaggerate, so you exaggerate something that's not there.
So go back to Floyd for a second. Now that he's kind of retired and out of boxing, not really talking about that, but in his prime, when everybody wanted to watch the Mayweather fight, did Floyd not earn the right to be arrogant?
Or was that confident? No, he was definitely arrogant.
He was definitely arrogant.
Definitely arrogant.
But was it not because of confidence in himself?
What did he exaggerate?
He was
backed up everything he
was
said.
The best. He was the best. At the time, there was nobody you could say was better than him because he had.
That's why I love definitions, because definition 2, showing an offensive attitude of superiority. If I'm really gonna come look at you, another grown man, and say, bro, I'm better than you. You can't touch me. Nothing you can do to stop me.
That's not
better than you.
That's not offensive.
You're not gonna take that offensively.
That's not offensive. If I am better than you, so that's why I guess I side with it a little bit, because there's a line. So I believe in pushing that line if you need it. You can push that line if you need it, but to tell you that I'm better than you and I am better than you, I am better than you.
And that's what I say. But I think confident people, I wouldn't even say I'm better. I'd be like, "What's up?" Like, if you really want to see it, I'll show you before I tell you.
But what if somebody come up to you? What if somebody come up to you and they be like, trying to check you, like they are, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm better than you, and you're like, hold up, wait a minute, no, you're not. Or like maybe like it's like the news are trying to paint it like, this guy's your competition, and you didn't know you're the number 1 boxer in the world. It's like, I'm better than him. Like, you don't even have to like make it a big deal. Like, it's like, I am better than him. I'm the best boxer in the world. Because boxers, you see it a lot. Like, boxers always have that type of bravado going because it's just that type of field. Like, you in a like, that's a man's sport, man. You taking blows to the head. Like, you got to make sure that you have that fear within your opponent. So I think that confidence going into things and saying like, this is who I am. Like, I know what I am, period. You want to see me, you can see me. Like, that shouldn't offend you unless you know.
Let's throw another athlete on the thing. Prime Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Clearly the fastest man who's ever lived.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
He can't go out there.
I know this CH. I know the CH.
No.
CH. I know the CH called Go Get It. I don't know if he does.
Oh, go get it.
Man, get out of here. Hey, you right though. You right. Yep.
But I think arrogance is kind of one of those things that other people determine ultimately. Sometimes I think you can see it. Some people get kind of turned off. People get turned off when people talk, bro. People really do. When you see somebody who's really good at their craft and they start talking, they talk. Yeah. I think a lot of people who probably aren't that good at it get turned off by that, and they say, "Oh, that's so arrogant. Why would they talk like that? You need to be humble and bring yourself down." Which maybe, but if you backing it up, if your confidence is there,
that's a segue to a question we got coming up.
But now I feel like I'm moving on the other side. Now I'm feeling like I'm really pressing that line because look at all the people that we would define as arrogant and how their careers play out. Like, if they really are those people, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Michael Jordan could have been defined as arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant could have been defined as arrogant. Usain Bolt, Deion Sanders.
But we talking about the people who were the best at their craft at the same time.
Exactly. That was all different. They put in the work, and they were still putting in the work, and you couldn't beat them.
You had to back up your claims. You had to back up your claims.
And they did. And that confidence is right there. I think you earn that kind of confidence. Everybody gonna have a point where you're no longer on top. So I think it's kind of unfair to say and judge it once somebody is taking that step back. But when you're in your prime and you're really shining at the top, I think it's a really, really thin line. to judge between arrogance and confidence. And I really do think that some people need to build themselves up. Some people, I forgot who it was. It's an athlete that I'm thinking about though. But he literally said, I need to talk because when I talk, I have to go and back it up. Yeah. I need to tell you I'm better than you. I need to tell you I'm the best one out here because now I have to go and prove it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that before, and I've heard like real estate. I was listening to some real estate investors and people that were in real estate talk about like how they go into deals and they speak as if the money's already in their pocket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going into it and I know I'm the highest bidder, even though I don't know for sure, but I'm speaking like I won this negotiation already. Like, it's like, you know, when you do that, like you tell the universe, like, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm willing to go and get. I'm willing to put the work in. But at the same time, I think there's some people you see though that never really live up to their words and to their actions, like the braggadociousness. It's like, it's annoying. It's like, shut up. Like, you haven't done anything yet. Why are you talking so much? Like, do some work. Go do some work.
That's the over exaggeration part of it. It's people who definitely, you talk a way better game than you can play, you can back up. But that's why it's so hard on that one. I personally don't have any problem with people being arrogant. Honestly, I don't. As long as you back it up.
Yeah, I mean, close to that second definition you was talking about. Like, if somebody's offended, I don't know the percentage, but the majority of the percent of the time they offended because you are that. like that, like you said,
exactly, because they know they can't
not
stop
faster than you.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like with Floyd Mayweather. Everybody's like, man, I want somebody to beat him.
Yeah,
I know I can't beat him.
I don't know who's gonna do it, but somebody need to do it.
Somebody
gotta do it. Somebody gotta shut this man up.
T.I. hit them and they get hit. So you know
what? Bro, you wildin'.
I gotta see that.
I ain't seen that. I ain't heard about that.
What story is this?
Where'd that story come from? But man, look, like, I agree though. I think that you gotta back it up, bro. You gotta back it up. Don't get to talking all that talk, and then once it's time to perform, or it's time to go to work, or it's time to actually do it, now you over here, you know what I'm saying, half stepping. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, that wasn't really, because usually people that are arrogant, they make excuses. That's what it is. Like, they make excuses when they don't live up to their claims, and that's when you know it was arrogance. That's when you be like, "Bro, you just arrogant." Like, you can't even do what you talk about. Like, I see that a lot in like I ain't gonna lie, coaches. I be seeing coaches like that. I be seeing a lot of coaches that be like that, bro. They be trying to talk their kids up, talk their players up, and they be saying, like, we gonna go out there and we're gonna shove it up there, you know what I'm saying? And then they go get blown out by 50 points, and then they got all these excuses. Like, don't be making no excuses, bro. You know what you said. You said what you said, bro.
Yeah, you lose by 50, ain't no excuses.
Ain't no excuses, bro. Y'all gotta dry it out. Y'all gotta dry it out.
Sure. No. Halfway through the third quarter, I'm gonna be like, all my kids got COVID. We gotta leave.
Oh my god.
I had no idea.
We gotta go. And I hope y'all okay. Y'all need to go get tested too.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to though, man. You know, so I guess we agree.
I mean, this is a segue into the question I put out there.
Only thing I would add to that is don't use your arrogance to make other people feel smaller. Right? But I also think even when saying that though, I do think that can be something that drives other people to get better. If we all play football, if the dude who lined up across from you come back every play and tell you, boy, you sorry, I'm finna light you up again, I'm finna burn you off the line again, whatever it is. At some point, you go figure it out. I hope, if you're capable. It's gonna drive you to try to get better. You may not be capable. You might be lined up against Aaron Donald, and you just gonna have to take 100 L's in a row, whatever it is. But you go try. I would think you're gonna try to use that and say, man, I can't let this dude keep on talking to me like that. I can't keep getting embarrassed. But
man, I think about like the way Jarrell plays NCAA, and like how he never would talk to us like that, but he'd be smacking us. So I feel like you don't necessarily agree with this, Jarrell. Do you not agree with the confidence versus arrogance talk? Do you feel like you would never talk smack to us? You'd be beating us down. He wouldn't say nothing. He'd be just be like.
But I said that at the beginning. What I said. You can see confidence. You can kind of feel confidence. You don't have to hear me. If you say, hey, let's play, and I'd be like, shit, come on. That's like I don't have to say much. That's me. I ain't scared. Hey, Jarrell, let's get on the game. I bet I can beat you. Let me see. That's me being confident. Show me.
I'm glad y'all use that example because the opposite side of that, I would say plenty of people, you're not good enough to play me in that. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time beating you by 21 right now. And I would get on the stick and beat them by 21. But, you know.
But I think it's also like a where you from thing too, though. Now that we talking about it, because I feel like here, I feel like a lot of people talk. Like we talk. And I think there's certain areas where certain people come from. It's just like they just talk. Like that's just part of like them competing. They just enjoy that part of competition. And I know for me, like I don't necessarily talk smack to like hurt people. I just talk. Like I just like talking. Like if we're playing a game, whether I'm up by a lot or I'm down by a lot, I'm saying something. Like you gonna hear me. Like you gonna hear me.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that statement.
Man, you know what I'm saying? You heard me.
Now I'm about 30 saying I'm about to come back. And I'm like,
hey, but feel good. Because it'll be like, hey, look, I'm finna get right into you. As soon as the fourth quarter start, we overcome this 30-point lead. Like
that's talking up your confidence, though. That's really just talking your confidence up.
Talk your ish, man. Talk your ish. Like if it help you, like you gotta talk your ish, and it might happen. It might happen. So, but
if you're down by 30 in the fourth, it ain't gonna happen.
Bro, it could. I've done it though. That's what I'm saying. I've eaten up that lead before. Like I just don't win. Like it just be like, man. Like last second be like, nah. Because you know, 2K not gonna reward you for getting beat by 30 points the whole game. The game is going to make you lose. Like you gonna lose to Dame Lillard on a 3 last second. You be like, dog, like what? You made me. I ate the whole lead up.
And lost.
And then now I'm ready to throw the controller and break
the
it.
Most arrogant thing I've ever seen, and it was on 2K, was I saw a man bet, honestly, his freedom.
Honestly, his freedom.
He lost because he was playing one of the most arrogant 2K players I've ever seen. And he told him, I'm going to knock down 7 threes with Serge Ibaka. I think he hit like 9 of them.
That hurt your feelings.
No, it hurt that man's whole life. He's actually a legitimate slave right now.
I know these two people, so.
Oh, you know these two people. Well,
I know these two people.
But I mean, rolling into like DeMarcus's topic, right? DeMarcus kind of introduced that, bro, like with that question and what you saying with that. So like,
it kind of fits in between, but you have to be humble. Like why do we have to be humble?
Because if you don't, you get beat in the game of 2K and you give up your freedom for life.
Okay. I'm somebody that does a job and they do it well. They're the best or whatever. Like, you get paid a lot of money, whatever. Like when people tell you should humble yourself, why?
Because they're uncomfortable by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Say that.
Your greatness makes them uncomfortable. And
why should I have to humble myself?
You don't.
My hard work is prevailing.
I think, and this the only, I agree with you, but I think, the old heads would say, that's God. Like you need to say, oh, that you did it, but God gave you the talent to do it. So don't be walking around here acting out, you know what I'm saying? Humble yourself. But
I like that.
That's the only thing I can say. Not to humans, they don't need to say anything to you. But I think like the humble part comes that God gave you this talent to do what you're doing, or gave you the tools to do what you're doing. That's the only argument I have to that.
Do you think there's something to, let's say in business, if you're a very arrogant business person, do you think that people will turn away from doing business with you? People will say, man, I don't like that they're that confident, they're arrogant or whatever it is, and people turn away from it.
Bad business people. Bad business people for that. People
Jerry Jones told me he was gonna sell something, he was gonna market something for me. I don't care how much I hate him. I'm working with him.
Yeah. I think that's right.
And I
But
think
I think that's where that comes from for a lot of people. Like I definitely think giving credit to God, I think it is real for a lot of folks. But I think sometimes people just they sensitive, bro. People are sensitive and they really don't like that kind of stuff. Like that's really what it is.
man,
When I was thinking about it, I was like, when people tell people, man, you need to humble yourself. Like, why do we tell people that? Like, you're doing real well, you at the top, or you climbing to the top, or it's because of success. And then it's like, you need to humble yourself.
And another thing, I mean, like I said, I guess I'm the preacher today. Because it can all be taken away from you too. Like, I think when you get too high on your high horse, you forget that like tomorrow, really everything can be taken away, and that can put you in a state of depression. So, like I said, I'm just going. I'm I've been around my granddad. I hear all the old people say that stuff. So,
you want
to? I know I love the words, right? I love the words. So I'm gonna give you the definition of this one too.
Let's hear it.
The adjective of being humble: having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
Did y'all hear what he did?
But see, that makes sense.
Hold on. Read it again.
Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
Okay, well that's changed.
Why I gotta humble myself?
But that makes sense though. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I think it makes sense. Because depending on the situation, you can't go in there with your big old self in every room. Like if you go into a room and let's say you are a superstar and you've done great things and you into, you know what I'm saying, you trying to help out with the Red Cross and you go into a room full of young kids and nurses and people that have seen some traumatic stuff, you know, and they asking for you to come by and just have, you know, give us a word. And you come in there talking about all the stuff you done, and you in there trying to, you know, make your voice all big and try to rock all your flashy jewelry and all that. You're not gonna necessarily reach them like that because they're like, oh, he's not on our level. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where being humble could be beneficial when you can actually get on the level of the people. Like, if you really like that, you actually already live in a different zone anyway. So it's important to be able to like take off all of that when you with, you know, people where you trying to connect. Like it's gonna be harder to connect when, you know what I'm saying, you showing me you bigger than life in every single word you say, all your actions, your dress, your, you know what I'm saying, you talking down to the janitor and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where
it becomes disrespectful, especially when you throw the janitor comment in there, right? That's just having a lower view of other people.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about being disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, when you're doing well or whatever, like when definition say, I lower myself. You know, I lower myself so that everybody else can be comfortable.
Right.
And that's why I'm like, why do we have to humble ourselves? Shouldn't you bring yourself up or want to bring? And I get what you're saying, Kerry, to be relatable. Now I understand that, but and most situations where I'm talking about when people like he need to humble himself is like the superstar, or the guy who's doing real well, or the one who made the $1 billion or whatever. It's like other people are based off their fears or they're not comfortable in their self or comfortable where they're at. They tell you need to humble yourself.
Yeah.
That's really the lane that I was really in. I wasn't trying to be no disrespectful type stuff. No, I ain't talking about like that.
I feel you, bro. I feel you, but like Jarrell said, if we know that God can take it away, but He gave it to us, I think both sides of that. When we always talk about polarity. Both sides of that say I can believe as highly of myself as I possibly can because God gave it to me, and I could take myself all the way down to the bottom and be ground level with y'all because I know God can take it away. I could be just like you. The head could become the tail. I could become you. So when I'm with you, I want you to feel like I'm of you, like we the same, even though. You know what I'm saying? I had the ability to be able to leave this place. I want you to see the example at times of me being my highest self. You know what I'm saying? Also an example of me getting down to your level and having like a common language, common feel to life. Like we do all share the same experience. So I think that's where I guess people get uncomfortable when they never see you do that. Like when they never see you do that, it makes them uncomfortable, which is not really your problem. It really is not your problem if people are telling you need to humble yourself. Like they may be doing that from a hating spot. You know what I'm saying? Like they may be throwing shade, just like, hey, humble yourself, young fella. You got too much testosterone going in there, buddy. You cool it now. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, like You do got to know though. Know that this could all be gone. It will be gone. You will lose everything you have at some point. We ain't dying with all of this. You know, everything we gain is from, you know what I'm saying, the creator, and it's not really material. Something inside. That's real success. So I feel like
LeBron said after they lost, he said, I'm gonna leave and go to my house and y'all gonna go to y'all house.
you said what? Said what?
That's what LeBron said. LeBron said, when we leave here, I'm gonna go to my house and y'all gonna go to y'all house.
Factories. Factories. That's it. We live where we live, yo. Go back to
he told them to sit down.
Sit
and
down.
be humble.
He's a great example of that. He's a great example of that. Cause LeBron talk his ish. He gonna talk it. He gonna tell you.
I'm gonna talk it. He gonna tweet it.
Huh?
Tweet it, talk it. You need to. I'm not gonna talk about the Lakers. I'm gonna chill.
It got serious, bro. I'm not gonna talk about the Lakers.
Looking like Westbrook over there.
Ooh, Westbrook. He said stop calling him that, by the way.
Boy, he got hot over there. It's crazy because Westbrook talking during the game. Like, he really hot about that. So I think because somebody got into it with his wife, though.
Make a shot.
Make a shot. You have to top that head. Make a shot.
Next subject. Next subject.
Do we want to dive into the relationship side of things, or do we want to go to the other side of the globe? Where y'all want to go with this? Cause I got time for one more.
Your choice.
What's the other side of the globe? What's the?
That's the Ukraine stuff that I don't know about as well. Y'all gonna have to share on that. I had the what's going on over there. I've been seeing.
It ain't even really that much of a topic for me since I brought that one up. I really just want to tell black people stop fighting other people's fights, bro. Look at how the world treat us and stop trying to wear the cape for everybody else. It's really that simple.
We want to be accepted, though. That's all, man. That we want to be accepted, and everybody trying to be like us. They take from us, and we trying to be accepted from everybody else.
100.
There you go.
Because somebody, I don't know if I was talking to my wife or what, but you got, and I'll be as respectful as I can, but in every major metropolitan area, you got a little China, a little Mexico, a little Africa, or whatever. Like they do their own communities, and we started trying to blend in with everybody else. We self-sufficient. We can do it ourselves. We want to be accepted.
We just got the hood.
Like with the whole Ukraine situation, like we want to be accepted.
I will say this: we do have Atlanta. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. That whole city, we got that.
Well, what is Atlanta? Because I heard a song that said like 8 things is not Atlanta.
What do you mean?
I heard
What's that? What do you mean?
I know what you're talking about.
I know that chick song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I need to tap in with that. What is that? I need to watch that. Maybe we don't need to talk about it on here.
I heard it. I hear it on like I haven't heard the whole song. I just heard everything ain't Atlanta except Atlanta, I guess.
Huh. I need to get
Savannah. I already knew Savannah wasn't Atlanta, but I guess she had to let us know.
I guess she had to let us know.
She called out all the. I used to stay in Marietta. She called out all the little suburbs.
All the they ain't Atlanta. So.
I agree with that.
And just like Houston, Houston got Katy and everything around it. So.
Yeah.
But Katy is Katy, and they know
Katy is Katy.
Yeah, Katy is Katy now.
The Woodlands is the Woodlands.
Yeah, Katy is Katy now. Katy used to be a blip.
Yeah, Katy been Katy since the early 2000s.
Yeah,
right. They know who they are.
Yeah,
they know who they are. Huh? Well, I think that is something. Though you're right, bro. We do need to be, stop concerning ourselves with all of the other stuff. Like we be like. You got to build, bro. We need to shut up and build sometimes. We be looking at all kind of other stuff, trying to assimilate sometimes. It's like, build, bro. Let's build.
Shout out to J.R. Smith.
Nobody wants to sacrifice the time, though.
What you mean, though? Why wouldn't we want to sacrifice the time?
I'm saying as far as, like,
that's crazy.
The older generation teach the younger generation. And yeah, I might not see the promise, man, but I sacrifice my time, pour into you, you know what I'm saying, so that you can catch up to the 8 ball. So eventually somebody can get in front of the 8 ball, and then we can spread out like wildfire. But nobody wants to say. Everybody wants that. I'm trying to get mine. Nobody wants to
selfish.
That's just like what J.R. Smith was talking about. He's like, bro, we got all this money. why are we paying to go to a gym? Why don't we just build our own gym?
Yeah.
He's like, what's another 5 million? What's another 6 million? Then you get up to that status, like, why are we being so greedy? Like, we can put our money together and it's gonna cost everybody $250,000 and we can go build a really nice gym. Charge people to come see us. Like, they charging us and we bringing people to them.
Man, it makes too much sense, man. It makes too much sense.
We see with the westernized, civilization, we see that and we want it so bad that it's like we gotta have it now. And the bad part about it, you get over there and get it, and you don't have your people to share it with or to talk to it with, then it's a bunch of emptiness.
Yeah. It's a process, man. We just gotta keep the
process. And we don't enjoy the process. We want to get to the finish line.
Yeah. Journey. It's a journey. It's gonna be a journey. But we're gonna make it happen though, man. When we start seeing overflow as overflow and we use the access to be able to do something with it versus, spending it on liabilities, and we start building assets like for us to be able to continue to grow and that they said like Black America ain't gonna have no more wealth by 2040. Y'all seen that?
Have you seen the diversity between Black wealth and white wealth?
Yeah, they said we're gonna have no wealth by 2040. They said
the average Black household or Black family has like $12,000 in total money, liquid and asset. $12,000.
$12,000 and three nice cars, nice big old house.
The average Caucasian family is like 100,000. That's the gap between. It's a whole nother digit.
Yeah, I think it's just education, man. Just kind of bringing out the good side of it. I guess for us to be able to feed and learn with one another. Social media is helping us out with getting information, bro. Because
speaking of me, I think me and Nate, we talked about this. How they talking about the algorithm? How the guy was talking about the algorithms.
With the TikTok thing.
Us and China, how they teach us algorithms just to be entertaining and do a whole bunch of dumb stuff. And their algorithms are geared to teach them how to be engineers and teach them how to learn finances and stuff. And we just over here just entertaining.
They don't have YouTube in China. They don't have YouTube in China.
Exactly.
That's crazy. They don't even have they have totally different rules. Like they do not operate like America. America is way willy-nilly compared to China. And it makes sense as to why they're so advanced in comparison to us. You know what I'm saying? And
is it still true that they literally 3 years ahead of us in technology?
Yeah, bro.
Probably so.
Yeah, bro. So
we want to make a bunch of money and buy the stuff.
Well,
we'll learn it. Just buy it.
Maybe just us knowing. No, I think us being more aware of what's going on around the world is gonna turn into something different for our generation moving forward. Just the information. These kids are aware now versus when we were kids.
Are they going to use it?
No.
Are they going to use it?
They have it. You have it in your head now. So it's not like whether you use it or not, we can't make you use it. It's like you lead a horse to the water, you can't make it drink it. Like the water's right there. I can't make you.
But if the horse don't drink the water, the horse die.
That's a stupid horse.
Gonna be a bunch of dead horses around the lake.
That horse does not understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs, bro. You need water. Go ahead and drink that water. Go ahead and drink that water.
My boy went back to Psych 101.
Had to, because that don't make no dang on sense. But man, let's kind of dive into this though, because I really wanted to talk about this real brief, because I got a lot of y'all, man. Y'all all in relationships, healthy, growing relationships. Proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like y'all. So let's talk about it. Look at your face. No, you not. Nah, let's talk about it, man. Love languages, dog. Love languages. What do y'all feel like is the importance of understanding love languages, like within, not even just like intimate, because I think you got love languages. I heard from my coworkers, she was breaking it down like they have a science behind love languages at work, like just like with your coworkers, like how some people like resources, giving out resources to your coworkers is like a love language, or like you know what I'm saying, being collaborative and cooperative, positive affirmations, things like that. Everybody has a different love language in the workplace. And then you got like your intimate relationship where you got, you know what I'm saying, touch, you know what I'm saying? Some people are really big on touch. Some people don't want as much touch. Some people, you know, they need to hear like, babe, you've been doing a great job. Some people need, you know what I'm saying, they need to words of affirmation, right? So
Acts of service, yeah.
access, see, y'all already know, you know what I'm saying? So like let's break it down a little bit. Like how do y'all feel like that plays a role in things? How's it helped you? How's it hurt you? Let's hear some experiences with that stuff, man.
To add to that, I've also kind of learned from the little 15-minute glip from a psychologist that a lot of our love languages are developed from the things that we missed growing up.
I heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that too.
And that's
Feeling your needs.
goes back to like what me and Gerald talk about years ago. Like all this stuff really gets developed and molded while we're kids, and you don't realize how much effect that has on somebody's future just from the things that they miss or get or don't get when they're kids. So
Yeah.
and then it develops into this. Like, you know, they got like what 6 different love languages, but now it's starting to branch out to even more, like you said, with the workplace and stuff like that. So
yeah. But I think if you know somebody love language, you know, like Carrie said, you know how to talk to them. I mean, in a relationship, you know how to apologize to a person. Like I heard somebody say, like a woman or a man like me, if you bake me a cake to say sorry, I don't even really like cake. So it would be like, you know what I'm saying? So if you know my love language, if you know like, oh, he just kind of, you know, you want a hug, you want a back rub, you want, you know what I'm saying? If you know somebody's love language, it teaches you how to love them. So I think knowing that, it helps relationship, like you say, intimate relationship. You know, some people at work, you know, you can yell at this person and motivate them. You know, you can pull this person to the side and have just a little soft conversation with this person because they're a little more sensitive. So it's just, I mean, it helps in every relationship, like you say, work, intimate, you know, friendships. So
you got to know people. If you go be with people, you got to know people. You got to know how to address them and move with them. I think it's simple, but it's something that people don't really pay attention to. I definitely say that's something I was not very aware of early on in life, and probably even I say like I think that the wife has done a really good job at teaching me a lot about this. So I would say maybe like 4 years ago, something like that, when I really first started paying attention to that kind of stuff. But it's important because I handle people the way I wanted to be handled or the way that I responded, you know. So everybody ain't you. That's what I really take away from it. That's the real importance of knowing other people's love languages.
Bro, I would imagine that you go into situations very logical, Nate.
yeah.
I would imagine that you go into situations
Let
very
me think
logical.
about this really. Let me think about this real quick before I say it.
Well, this actually doesn't make a lot of sense, so I don't know why she would even want that at all. So
That was a dumb thought. That was stupid.
bro, but
I had to learn you can't say stuff like that to everybody.
Right.
You can't. And then Jarrell, when you said about the gifts, like when you get a gift like a cake, and then you say, you know what I'm saying, that's not like, let's say you turn it away, or because you don't like cake, you don't take it, and you like leave it on the table or something like that. You act like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, I don't like cake. You could end up causing something else because their love language is giving gifts. And
Right.
that's something that be happening a lot, bro. Like that be happening to me. That's happened to me throughout any relationship I ever had at some point. Cause I hate getting gifts. Like I don't like getting gifts. So it's like I feel like it applies pressure to me sometimes to like one up you. I ain't trying to do that. So it's like sometimes I'll be like, yeah, like I don't want gifts. Like I ain't trying to one up you. I ain't trying to like get to your level. But I had to learn that some people just want to give you gifts because that's how they show affection. Like they feel good seeing you take the gift and appreciate it. It's like, all right, man, I love this gift, you know what I'm saying? Even though I could have done without it. But thank you. Give you a hug. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna force it down my throat. Pause. And then
Eat the cake. Eat the cake anime. Eat the cake.
Eat the cake anime.
You gotta love people in their language, not yours.
Yeah, facts.
Gotta love them in there.
That's the especially in a relationship. That's the challenging part. Because that takes time, and then you have to adapt, and then you have to be willing to adapt. Like some people know they partner, and then you got to be willing to adapt. But some stuff is hard. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Some stuff is like I want you to be more like this. Like, I don't know how to be that way. I just don't. I can read a book. Somebody can tell me what to do, and it's not even gonna feel right because it's like this is not me.
So is that then you meeting them halfway?
I think you have to have conversations about it because there's some stuff that my wife we want, and I'm like, I tried, and then it's like, oh, I just don't even feel right. Like this is not you. Like, but then she appreciates the effort, but then it's like, oh, do you want me to continue this effort because it's just it.
Well, that's funny. That's funny because you made that same face Jarrell be making when he don't know too. That's how he be looking. Our brothers like a bud. I feel you though. I feel you. You don't be knowing like if it's gonna work. Like it's like, well, I'm doing my best. It's like, dog, that's all you can do, right? Like we can just do our best in love, like sacrifice. I can sacrifice. If you know it's hard for me, I'm telling you it's hard for me. I'm giving you what I got.
Appreciate it.
You appreciate it, or
you got to male, female. You got to appreciate, especially an attempt. It might not go on forever, but especially a valid attempt because there's some things that you want out of your partner that I'm gonna be honest with you, your partner can't do. There's some things that are in us. It's like you may want your partner to be the romantic man that you see on TV and stuff, and it's like I don't even move like that dude. But I'm gonna go out here and when I go to Sonic, I'm gonna make sure you got a slushie and I'm gonna get you these fuzzy socks and stuff. Like I gotta learn you and I gotta do the things, but I'm not gonna be able to do everything.
Yeah.
Even with a woman, like the woman's not gonna be able to do everything.
No.
Appreciate effort, man. Appreciate the effort.
And I think that's kind of going, I guess, into that growth. I mean, just know, what I'm saying, people are always gonna have to adapt to one another. So you gotta learn people and then understand like where you are right now. Because like if I need something in a relationship, it could be the fact that like I was traumatized at a point in my life where I haven't grown past, and I really need you to do this because it's a crutch. It's a crutch. And you may have to break it down to yourself and be like, man, is this because like this is something that, will show our love to one another or build a relationship? Or is it something that I'm leaning on because I'm still broken and I need help with a Band-Aid? Because a Band-Aid is not going to fix your issues. So you got to always be self-aware too and not just blame your partner or blame the other person or whatever. You got to make sure you reflecting. Then, then you go out and let your person know, let the people know around you what's really going on. So, yeah, man, I think I just want to dive into that because I think that's a lost topic. We could probably
Be in tune and watch. Guys, we watch anyway. But be in tune and watch your partner. They got a lot of telltale stuff, male and female, but they got a lot of telltale stuff that they won't just tell outright, but you'll be able to know just from action. So.
Factories. Actions dominate. They dominate, man. Words ain't always gonna be the truth. But them actions, man, they always gonna paint a picture. But man, so we've been on this thing for a little bit. I got the girls in there. We probably finna hit this movie up real quick. We on spring break. No, y'all. So we trying to keep them active. But y'all anything for the people, man? In closing.
Things that may break your heart may fix your vision. I read that yesterday and I love it.
Bar though.
That's real.
That's a
bar. So don't ever let something break your heart and give up. It might fix your vision. It might give you exactly where you need to go. That lose that job might get you that new job. Lose that person might get you a better person. So things that may break your heart might fix your vision. I read that yesterday. So.
Yeah, that's a bar right there. Y'all gonna live up to that? You gonna live up to that, Nate Dogg? The real.
I'm just gonna say happy birthday to my grandma.
Birthday to grandma, real talk.
That's real.
What year we got? 74.
74.
Hold it down, Grandma.
Bring me some money back from the casino, please.
Already.
At the casino, let's get it, Granny. Yes, sir. Marcus, what you got?
What? What did he say?
What you say, Professor McDougal? What you Oh man. All right. DeMarcus is having a DeMarcus moment. But
I said, B, where your feet at? Ain't that?
oh,
I
B,
said,
what
No,
you
for real.
feet
Yeah. B, where you feet at? Grounded. So,
at? Grounded. Let's unlock that light, man.
Y'all got book.
Yeah.
That's what y'all do.
100.
yeah, shout out to the book again. What can I get on all platforms or?
Yes, sir. They can get it on Amazon. They can get it on Walmart. The name is Blessed to Have Received an Offer From. So just type in my name, Kerry M. Sloan. Y'all be able to find it on Google. You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere, man. Thank God.
You use your real name?
Use my real name, bro. No aliases, no pen names. You can trace it straight back to me. I almost put my social security number on there. And I'll just
Don't do that.
if y'all try to touch him, we gonna ride. So leave him alone.
What you
Hey,
say?
can we close with this one?
Uh,
Shout out to the guy that brought Tom Brady's last touchdown ball. And
Oh,
then came back out of retirement the day after, bro.
boy.
That's gotta hurt. I hope you're doing okay,
guy. I
Big
don't care if you're the biggest fan or biggest investor. I don't care who you are. That's fighting words.
Yeah.
You what? You coming back?
Yeah. oh yeah. I don't know if you. I don't know if you.
I bet you won't throw another one. I bet you won't throw another one this year.
All right, brothers. Well, it's been a good one, man. Hey, everybody be blessed and be like.